Hello and welcome to River Consulting Shopify Connector for NetSuite. Today we are going to be reviewing the main flows. For customers, we can migrate from Shopify to NetSuite and from NetSuite to Shopify. On orders, we can do migration from Shopify to NetSuite, creating a sales order. Through configuration, we can also add the customer deposit, or instead of creating the sales order, we can also create the cash sales. We also have a migration from NetSuite to Shopify for order cancellation. Next, we will see fulfillments from NetSuite to Shopify, sending the tracking information. And we also have the refund migration. It's back and forth from Shopify to NetSuite. We have the return authorization, credit memo, customer refund, and cash refunds. Regarding items and inventory, we have the migration from NetSuite to Shopify for item creation and inventory update. The benefit from this connector is that there is no middleware. Everything is built inside of NetSuite. It's a quick setup, only 2 to 3 weeks. It is a fully synced operation from NetSuite with Shopify, a fully automated order management cycle. We also have not only migration between the two systems, but also item fulfillment creation if needed. We have error handling and reprocessing. All the error information is stored in NetSuite and available for reprocessing. Increase allocation and fulfillment efficiency, reduce delays, back orders and partial orders, give full visibility to operation users, increase on-time delivery, and works perfect with 3PLs or warehouse management system integrations. We have 3 versions of the connector: the starter, standard, and premium. We will begin with the customer migration for the starter version. First, for customers, we can see that the customer was created in Shopify and migrated to NetSuite. We have a scheduled script that will look for recently created customers and send the information to NetSuite, including addresses and internal ID. The mapping of these fields is not hard-coded on the code and can be easily changed through configuration. We have a custom record that will help map the fields in Shopify to the fields in NetSuite. This also includes custom fields. Next migration is from Shopify orders to NetSuite sales orders. Here we can see the order in Shopify containing multiple items and taxes, and is migrated into NetSuite with the same quantities, prices, and tax amount. In this case, we use the customer from the previous integration, but we can also turn off the customer migration and have it only enabled when the order is created. If the customer is required, it will create the customer real time. For sales order migration, we also have a scheduled script that will be looking for recently created orders in Shopify and create them in NetSuite. We also have the same custom record for mapping as the customer, and the integration information is stored in the HRC subtab under Shopify. We have additional information on the custom record batch script summary. It will tell us how it went on the recent migrations, how many orders it found, how many success it had, and if there was any error. To see more detailed information on the errors, we have a custom record that will tell us the ID of the order in Shopify and the reason why it was not migrated. In this case, the item is not created. Some of these errors can be solved by fixing the data in NetSuite. For example, the item can be created and then the order is allowed to be migrated. It won't be migrated automatically through the scheduled script because this script will retrieve only recently created orders. Speaking of the schedule, we can define how often we want this script to run. If we want it once a day or multiple times every 15 minutes. Here we can also define multi-company stores to which store we want to retrieve. If we want to reprocess the order with the error, we can use the Shopify connector dashboard. We have it here under HRC, Shopify connector dashboard, where we will see the most relevant information on the connection, like the errors I just showed, the mapping of the fields, and the orders that were created. And here we also have a button to retry the orders that have errors. So if the item is now created, the order will be successfully migrated. We can also retrieve orders by sending filters like the internal ID of the order or the date when it was created. We can go back in time and select a previous month to get any order that was missing. Next, we have the fulfillments. Even though we are not going to see it in this demo, we have the auto fulfillment creation in NetSuite for the standard and premium versions, which will take the information from the sales order and create an item fulfillment. The migration that we will see from NetSuite to Shopify is the tracking information that is sent from one system to the other. Here we have the item fulfillment created in NetSuite with 2 items. And we can see the same order in Shopify with the 2 items and the tracking number. We can see the tracking number in NetSuite is on the packages subtab. This information is retrieved by the script and sent on a scheduled basis to Shopify to notify that the fulfillment has been done. We also have a migration from Shopify to NetSuite to get the fulfillment information and create the item fulfillment in NetSuite. Next, we will see the item and inventory migration from NetSuite to Shopify. The inventory migration is part of the starter version, and the items and product is for standard and premium. The item also includes matrix items and variants, as well as kit items. Here we can see a matrix subitem was migrated into Shopify with all the options. And as we can see on the inventory levels, the current inventory is also migrated. This takes in consideration any item received or inventory adjustment that increases the inventory and send it to Shopify. Also, not part of this demo, but also included on the add-on, is the billing creation, the invoices in NetSuite, and the migration of refunds from Shopify into NetSuite, as well as the order cancellation. Thank you, and have a good one.